Hello, ArchieLuxury in the park, and I wanted to make this video. I've been watching a few of Simon Crane's videos, and he's lusting after a ArchieLuxury Reverso. Keep doing that, Simon. Stay away from the automatic ones. Get a manual one, my boy. And what I wanted to say in this video is, it's come to my attention. People are all, they are all collectors. We want to get watches. They gotta be painful. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta really, really, really hurt. It's like anything in this world. If we can just easily afford it, doesn't feel like much. It's gotta really, really hurt. It's gotta really hurt. And I think the acquisition of an expensive wristwatch for many men in this world here is a rite of passage. And some men get them young, some men get them older. Some men get them easily, other men get them with a struggle. But let's be honest there. Every man needs to get a quality luxury wristwatch. And we talk about budgets, and we talk about people who don't earn a lot, people who earn a lot. And the funny thing is, it doesn't matter how rich or poor you are, you basically need to spend upwards of $7,000 now. This is year 2015. You need to spend at least 7 plus. Okay? You want to buy a Rolex brand new these days? What are you looking at for a new Rolex? A new Rolex sports watch. An Explorer 2 in Australia is about the 10G mark. $10,000. You want to buy one second hand? You're going to buy one second hand. Much better idea. An Explorer 2 is going to set you back about 5.5 to 6.5, depending on the model and condition. So you've really got to look at these things and say, okay, anything decent. It doesn't matter if you drive a Bentley, or you drive an Aston Martin, or you drive a Commodore or a Corolla. Commodore's a shitty GM product we have here. It's like your Chevy, okay? And you really got to look at these things here and say, well, what is a decent watch? Well, a decent watch needs to hurt. And I mean, for a lot of men out there, okay, a lot of middle class, lower middle class, men with jobs, a wife, a car, so they probably owe a fair bit on the house. The car was purchased on finance. They don't have $5,000 to $10,000 easily to buy a watch. It's a pretty big stretch. It's a pretty big stretch, fuckers. And this is the whole thing. To the average bloke who's married, got a mortgage, got car payments, and got an her indoors and maybe a kid or two, 5 to 10 is a big chunk of cash for a lot of people to come up with. It hurts. It hurts. They could do some of the new bathroom with that sort of money. They could have a really cool holiday. They could upgrade to a newer car. So how much do you need to spend? It's funny. It doesn't matter whether you're a Bentley, wristwatches. The honest truth is you need to spend 7 plus, I reckon. If you're buying second hand, you'd need to spend at least 5 to get something decent. 5K to get something decent. It's pretty big hurt money. If you're a lower middle class guy, that's a bit of hurt money. And this is why when you look at someone's collection with 3 or 4 pieces in it, and they've got a, say, got a Submariner, they got a Explorer 2 and an Amiga Speedmaster, man on the moon. It's quite a bit of money. That's quite a bit of hurt. It's a lot of hurt. And you know, sometimes on this channel here we see huge collections, huge numbers. But the reality is 2 or 3 pieces to the average middle-class punter is a shitload of hurt. It's not easy to fork that sort of moolah out. And you know, after you got your third watch, you run it by the wife and say to her, hey, I'm looking at getting a true holy grail piece. She will fucking go bananas. She'll go bananas. And this is the whole thing. It's a very hurtful, expensive proposition. These aren't cheap little fuckers. These are dear. These are dear. And, you know, you look at a watch. What do you need to spend? Well, as I say, 7, if you're buying new, 7 to 10. You're buying used, starting off at about 5,000 Aussie dollars. So just put a 20% discount for American punters. And that's how it is. It's a tough world. You want a decent watch? It doesn't matter if you're an accountant, a corporate executive. Yeah, that shit don't mean nothing, Charlie. Same rule on prices. Same rule on prices. And that's a lot of hurt to the average middle class guy there. Any of these average middle class guys, you know, late 30s, early 40s, with a mortgage, a semi-decent car or two, couple of kids. I don't know how they build a collection, how they get more than 1 or 2 watches. It's real hurt. It's real hurt. And it's a lot of sacrifice. So I'd really just like to put it out there. What have you done to build your collection? What have you done? Are you worthy of being a collector? I'm Archibald Chesterfield III. Tell me what you think of that. How do I turn this fucking thing off?
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.